Hey guys, look what I got. It's the brand new Tarangus 172 scale Viggen. I've been waiting for this kit for well over a year, I think. And let's find out if it was worth the wait. The rumors about this kit started well over a year ago, after Tarangus have released their Lansen in 172 scale. It only seemed logical that they would also release a Viggen in the same scale. And if we start looking at the box art, I think it looks fantastic. It's a really powerful aircraft and a very powerful illustration of the Viggen. And let's open up the box and see what's inside. The box is really tight, like the 148 scale version, so that is definitely a carryover from the old kit. And if we look at the contents, we have a big bag of all the plastic parts. We have the color callout, decals, and the instructions. And in the instructions we have, I think this is addendum or an errata for a missing page in the printed instructions. Okay, so let's take a closer look at everything. So all the sprues comes packed in a resealable bag, which is a nice touch, I think. And to be honest, I already had a sneak peek on the sprues beforehand, so I know that there are a lot of plastic parts here, and I really had trouble to get everything to fit back together again in the bag. So it's a really tight. It's a lot of plastic in a small box, so to speak. Okay, so the clear parts, let's put them to the side, and we can start looking at the main sprues here. Okay, so this is the rear fuselage and front fuselage, lower part, and landing gear, which looks amazing, and also a lot of really small parts here. I can say that this is probably not an easy build with all those small parts, but it sure looks like it's gonna be a stunning Viggen. Okay, so it seems that this kit is actually unsurprisingly, I would say, a carryover from the 148 scale kit. It seems that the partitioning of the parts of the design seems very similar. Oh, look at this gun pod. This is really nice. And there are some really nice details. This is the upper part of the front fuselage. The details looks really crisp, and you can see that they have used really, what I would say, modern techniques in the tooling with sliding cams that are parts of the tooling that are moving, and that are that's why you have so crisp details on the sides here, because there are actually two parts from the tool that goes one this way and one this way, apart from the upper and lower halves, of course. So this is actually, I can understand that it has taken a while for Tarangus and Special Hobby to get this the tooling together, and it's also probably have been a substantial investment, because toolings like this is really not cheap. They are very expensive, and also very expensive to maintain. Okay, so this is the rear, the tailpipe, or part of the fuselage that around the tail. And there are some really nice details, and the turbine looks nice too, and the exhaust, or the afterburner, really nice. And this looks also really good. Yeah, this is definitely a scaled down version of the 148 kit. And we have some really nice details on the wing. And oh, this is interesting. So this is the main landing gear base, and they are actually integrated in the upper part of the wing, which is quite interesting. And oh, I see here has the pitot tube on the tail fin has taken some beating. I think this might be my fault, actually. When I tried to put everything back together in the in the bag, it was quite tight, and I might have done that. So I should probably take the blame for that. And we have the control planes of the canards here, I think, and the air scopes intakes. They look really nice too. They have done a really good job with all the panel lines and everything. It's really super crisp, and they have probably used a slide mold for this part as well, or a sliding cam. Okay, let's continue. Here we have the air ducts, or the intakes, air intakes. And these are the lids or petals for the thrust reversing, and they have some really nice details. So I don't think you need any photo etch for this. This looks really good. Maybe the insides though, if you plan to have them open. Normally the top, if you put the aircraft on the gear down position then normally the top one, I don't know which one is the top one here, but one of these the top one is actually a bit drooped, so because the loss of hydraulic pressure. So, and this is interesting. We have three cockpit tubs. These are for different versions of the Viggen. So Special Hobby and Tarangus, they had definitely planned for many versions of this kit, as in the same way as they have done with the 148 scale version. So we can look forward to that. And we have the radome, or the nose. I was kind of hoping for a single piece here, but yeah, this is okay. It's not a problem to get that together. And we have 2 ejector seats, and it's the same design as the 1/48 scale version, and a lot of small parts here all over the place. It's this will be become a stunning Viggen for sure, but it's a lot of small parts to get in place, and I assume that not all of these parts actually go into the kit, because there are different versions of parts for different versions of the Viggen. So, but we will have a look at that in the instructions. Okay, so this is the lower part of the wing and the canards. And here we have the ram air turbine. It's a really nice touch to have that on the 1/72 scale version of the kit as well. Normally you have to buy stuff like this as aftermarket or racing parts, but nowadays these are included in the Tarangus kits, even for the 1/48 scale version. Oh, these are parts of the landing gear. They look really tiny and difficult to clean, but that's okay, I guess. And oh, look at the air brakes. There are actually some detail in the air brakes here. Really nice. I must say I'm really impressed with all the details, like the service hatches on the belly of the aircraft here between the main landing gears. I'm sorry, I have a sore throat, so my voice is a bit weird. I apologize for that. Yeah, that looks really nice. So let's move on to the clear parts. They are also in a resealable bag, as you can see, and I think they look really nice. Not an extreme amount of distortion. Yeah, this seems to be for a lot of versions of the Viggen. Yeah, really nice. No mold seam on the top. I think I have to double check that. No, it looks really nice. Great. So let's continue with the decals. They look amazing, I think. They are pretty much in register. I can see some issues, but it's barely visible. The day glow is really difficult to catch that on camera, but the day glow is not too exaggerated. It's not that vibrant red, almost orange. It's more reddish, and I think it's it looks really accurate, and the stencils looks good, I think, for a 1/72 scale. I mean, it's the problem with stencils in that scale is that they are probably too big, but these seems to be okay. The danger signs at the inlets looks okay as well. So I think this is good enough. It's not absolute must to have aftermarket decals for this kit. This is really good, and Tarangus normally ship good decals with their kits, so I think this is really good. So the assembly instructions, they have some information about the aircraft itself, and also the catalog number TA7203. And we have a sprue call out where the unused parts for the JA37 have been crossed over with the red marker. So as you can see, there are a lot of things that are common for all the kits, but also, of course, there are parts that are specific to different variants of the aircraft. So keep that in mind when you build. This is it, because it's very easy to pick the wrong one if you don't follow the instructions or check with the sprue call out now and then. There are some painting guides here with Guns aqueous paints, which are fairly easy to get, and also they recommend the camo paint mask for the Splinter camo, and I can surely understand that, because that is really difficult to do freehand or mask freehand. And there are also some information about where you can find additional information about the aircraft, books and online resources, which is good. So first step is to put the cockpit together. Yeah, it seems easy enough. I would say no problem there. And here we have some options if you want to have the ram air turbine visible, which it should be if the aircraft is standing on the ground. There you have some options, and you need to drill some holes, and yeah, put everything together. This is like easy enough, no problems. I think this is where things start to get a bit more difficult. And here you have the options if you want to have the thrust reverser closed. That is for thrust reversing, of course. And here you have the drooped upper pedal when it's standing on the ground, power down. And here we have in flight when it's opened up. So there are some more holes for I think these are for hard points. yeah, and the design is the same as for the 1/48 scale basically. And it's also, they recommend to add some weight in the nose. Yeah, here you see all the small parts, air scoops and antennas and stuff. Mm. And the main landing gears, legs, I think that's they were a bit challenging on the 1/48 scale. I've heard. I haven't built that kit myself yet, so but this is seems doable in 1/72 scale. Yeah. Okay. Now we have a drop tank. And okay, so there are two options for the canopy, depending if you want to build it with a closed canopy or opened. And the front glass and windscreen. Yeah. So that there is a strange step here between step 35B and 42, and of course this is covered by the errata or the missing page that is added separately. So here are some. It's the canards and the air brakes and some, yeah, the ram air turbine part. Yeah, this will probably look really nice on the finished kit. So finally we have the paint call out, and it has the kit has provisions for 3 schemes. The 4-color Splinter camo, and we have air superiority grey, and also a bare metal version. And I see that we have color references for, or Tarangus provides color references for both guns, Aquas and Mr. Paint, which is fantastic because these are really accurate Swedish color. So I would probably go for the Mr. Paint, at least if I do the Splinter. The Splinter version, and as they say here, the Splinter camo was applied in a specific pattern, so all Viggen aircraft were almost identical in painting. So and there are a paint mask available from Maestro Models, and there are other makers of the painting masks as well. But I think that I would probably get the Maestro Models paint mask for when I make this in the Splinter camo. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that with this this kit. Maybe I buy a couple of these and make all 3 of them or something. I don't know. Okay, so on the other side we have the placement of all the rest of the decals and the stencils. So, and there are some useful information here if you use different, if you decide to go for different versions, then there might be a difference with stencils, and so you really have to look at your references if you want to build an accurate model. But there are aftermarket decals for a lot of schemes and for a lot of individuals, so it's possible to make something that is really special and just the aircraft that you want to make. Okay, so I'm very pleased with what I've seen. So what are my thoughts on this kit? I think this will build up to a stunning Viggen in 1/72 scale. It's definitely the best Viggen kit out there right now in 1/72 scale. It's way ahead of the Heller and Airfix and Hasegawa offerings. On the other hand, I think the price is a little bit high. I paid 385 Swedish crowns for this kit, and I think that is a lot of money for a 1/72 scale kit. The kit does not include any weapons, which I think is a bit sad, and it's the same story as with the 1/48 scale version from Tarangus. They didn't include any weapons in that kit either. One concern or thing that I am not sure about is the fit issues that were on the 1/48 scale Viggen. If they are the same on this this kit as well, since it has the same build-up. But it's not possible to say that by just looking at the sprues. I had to build, or at least dry fit the kit in order to be able to see if there are any fit issues. And I will build this kit probably next year. I think I haven't decided on the color scheme yet, but I'm thinking of building in the gray Air Superiority gray versions. Okay, that concludes my review. Thank you for watching. Hope this review have been useful for you, and see you in the next one. Okay, goodbye.